This video is for you if you consider changing your relationship with food, such as emotional eating, binge eating, food obsession, yo-yo dieting, but you have some extra weight to lose and you want to lose it first. I've been there, my clients been there, so if this is how you feel, that's a common way to feel. Maybe you think, I will start working on my emotional eating and my relationship with food once I lose some weight. Or you think that if I could just stick to a diet, I wouldn't even need help with emotional eating or binge eating. Or maybe you think that as soon as I reach the weight that I want to be, then I will stay there by fixing my relationship with food. But it's not really working, right? And that's what I want to talk about today. I'm Rita May and I help you outgrow your food issues such as emotional eating, binge eating, food obsession, and yo-yo dieting, and become the version of you who doesn't feel controlled by food. And here is something I wish someone told me when I had these issues. When you go on a diet and you still have a dysfunctional relationship with food, the diet won't fix what's happening inside. It's like trying to build a house during an earthquake. You are working so hard, but the ground keeps shaking underneath you. You might see some short-term results, but the cravings, the binges, the food noise, and the guilt always come back, right? It often starts with just a meal off plan, maybe a slice of birthday cake. And because you feel like you already ruined your diet, you just keep eating, right? I will start the diet tomorrow. And because you know that you will start a diet tomorrow and you can't eat certain foods again, or you have to eat less, you make the most of the food that day and you overeat or binge. This is the so-called Last Supper effect. And then you start the new diet the next day or the same diet the next day, but it's getting harder and harder to stick to any plan. You may also comfort yourself with food when you don't see the results quick enough, because what's the point of depriving yourself when you don't see any results? And maybe you also tend to eat when you are stressed or overwhelmed or lonely or sad or angry or frustrated. And it starts to feel like it's day one of the diet every morning over and over again. And it's tiring and it's frustrating. A client of mine told me that she spent so much money on diets that she could have bought a Mercedes-Benz car from the amount, and her relationship with food just became worse and worse. Many people spend years and a lot of money on diets and they actually end up at a higher weight than where they started because of the rebounding and overeating periods after restricting. Because the women I coach eat thousands of extra calories when they binge on when they are off dieting. And you would be surprised how quickly this adds up. Just think about it, how much calories you eat when you binge and how many times you binge during a week, and then multiply that value with 52 because there are 52 weeks in a year, and see how many extra calories you are eating. What if you could just cut out those extra calories and just eat a normal amount, and you could just eat normal food and you would lose the weight? So if you are concerned with weight loss, what if instead of trying to save those 500 or so calories with dieting every day, you would just cut out all that thousands of calories that you eat when you are off track or when you are binging, and you would just naturally and effortlessly reach your set point weight. Because when you keep dieting, this set point weight just keeps going up and up. Maybe you still want to keep dieting and stay in this restrict, overeat, restrict, binge cycle, because at least this way you feel like you can keep your weight stable. But the truth is, it only works for a while. After a while, your metabolism will change. Maybe you will have an injury, you can't exercise that much. Maybe you will have some health issues. And maybe in the long term, you will develop some autoimmune issues. And I completely understand that you are scared of gaining weight. In my 20s, when I struggled with food, In my mind, gaining weight was the worst thing that could have happened to me. But I had to choose mental health instead of having a fantasy body, right? And believe me, even if you gain a little bit of weight when you are on the journey of fixing your relationship with food, it will be so easy and effortless to lose once you fix your metabolism and your relationship with food. But if you keep being stuck in this restrict and binge cycle, it will just get worse and worse, and you ruin your health, physical health, and mental health as well. And there are still people stuck in this cycle, and instead of losing weight, they are just gradually gaining and gaining and gaining the weight. Look around in your surroundings, your relatives, friends, or colleagues. Can you see this pattern? So if you really want to lose that extra weight without deprivation and all that up and down and suffering, then the only way is by fixing your relationship with food, learning to get out of that restrict and binge or restrict and overeating cycle, learn to cope with your emotions without food, and learning to trust your body and listening to its signals and trusting its signals and fixing your metabolism too. And then you can reach your set point weight effortlessly. You can eat normally, and over time, even if at the beginning you overshoot a bit with your weight, so you end up a bit higher than your weight set point, because it's like your body feels like when you stretch a rubber band too much, when you are restricting. And then when you let it go, this restriction, it may snap out of your hand, right? And that's how your weight overshoots a little bit. But then it will just settle down effortlessly to your weight set point. And if you've been at this weight set point for months effortlessly and you are not happy with this weight set point, then with small changes, very patiently and slowly, you can decrease it. You don't have to worry about this. And if you need help with this, I would love to help you. There is a link in the description below where you can book a free discovery call when you tell me your food history, your food struggles, your food issues, and we design a personalized solution for you. I also have a workbook and other programs too. You can check them out all at the link below. And if you think calorie counting is the solution for you, watch this video next. See you soon.